Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm WillStalker25, and today I got a new video for you guys on my top 10 Marvel Legends action figures of the year for the year 2022. This is individual figures, not specific sets. If you want to see what my, if you want to count like as the set as a whole for like multi-packs in terms of like, Riot and Phage over there, or Null and Venom, if you want me to do something like that on my favorite sets of the year, let me know and I could always do that as a separate video. But this is individual figures, so like things taken out of sets. So for example, if I liked Venom more than Null, Venom would be in it and not Null for the top 10. But this is what this is. These are all my honorable mentions on people that could have made it in some way or another. All these could have made it into the top 10, but there's one or two things holding them back for a couple of these. A couple of them, the really strong honorable mentions are the first appearance SpiderMan down there and the Renew Your Vows SpiderMan. I love both of those two, but I had to put somebody else in the list, and they just got kind of pushed down just a little bit over the other one because I like it ever so much more. Other than that, the Iron Man, both of them could have made it. I think, I don't know if that one came in on a masthead, but that one's still pretty cool, the new one over there. That one bothers me because I think it should have had another basic of one of the generic Iron Man faces included as well. Yeah, I don't think that one is exactly remade for the 20th anniversary one. Iron Spider over here, really like him. There are a couple gripes that I have with him. I did a review on him. Go check that out. Really cool. Venom and Null, both awesome figures. And then the big elephants in the room here is we got the two figures over there. Morg is back there hidden behind Surfer, and then we got Silver Surfer here, and Galactus. That's the kind of big elephant in the room. I didn't want to include them on here because they're not individual things you could have purchased for like in a store or online. You had to buy them last year for the HasLab, and you can't buy the figures individually unless you go through eBay, through a secondhand seller or something like that. So, or third party or whatever. So I didn't want to include them. Another two that I didn't know if I should include are right here, being Mr. Knight and Moon Knight. Those are supposed to be 2023 releases, but I did get them early in December because they just started releasing early. So I don't know what to consider them, so they're just honorable mentions. I might consider them next year as well. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Should they have been this year or next year? Vulcan, I want to throw as an honorable mention. Very cheap figure, but he did give us the birth of a new body that we'll be seeing throughout the years to come. And another one is the Thor over here from Love and Thunder. I really like that armor look, but you need to buy Ravager Thor as well to get the head sculpt, because they didn't give you the unmasked head sculpt with that body. So you kind of got to do a 2-for-1 figure. Two to make one, and I don't really like that, so he's just kind of here because I like this look of him more than with the helmet on. So with that being said, all the honorable mentions. This is a combination list of MCU and comic. I definitely could have done comic all by itself, but there is an MCU figure or two that did make it into the list because I just don't have enough MCUs that I bought this year to justify making a list by themselves. So with that being said, let's get into the top 10. Alright, and for number 10 on my list, it is the brand new Atuma Wave, Black Panther movie wave, Black Panther. This is the comic book variant. I did not get any other figures from that wave as of yet, I believe. But this one is pretty cool. I do wish these molded lines here for the Black Panther were like, I don't know if they're supposed to have black stripes, but I wish they had the painted stripes here. Overall, this guy's pretty nice, and he's a good improvement and upgrade into the collection, as my last Black Panther that I had in the collection was the one from Hasbro way back in the day with the cape, and they had like their little gold details on it. I do wish he had some gold details somewhere on this figure, whether it be the belt buckle or something, just to give him a little bit more of a royal feel, as he is just a big chunk of black and gray plastic, or painted gray. Pretty sure it's all black and gray plastic though, no paint on him. But overall, this guy is a nice improvement from the one I had, and he will be finally probably replacing that one, one of the last Toy Biz era figures on the shelf. Alright, and number 9 that I have on my list is the Shocker figure that we have here from the retro Spider-Man wave. Now, I did do a review on this guy, and I do have some gripes, as the plastic for the knees is different, so it's a different color. They didn't paint any of the mattress pattern lines on him. There were some brown paint splotches somewhere on him all over the place, and I do feel like he could have benefited from like butterfly joints or a diaphragm or something like that. A little bit more detail put into him would have been nice. And the one other big gripe is the type of plastic that they used for him doesn't allow for Gundam markers to sit very well on him because they fade over time and turn like a reddish color or whatever. But I do really like Shocker. Didn't have him in the collection at all. Or I had the Thunderbolt one from way back. I don't remember what wave that was. But mine had a wonky painted eye, and so he's a very nice addition into the collection as an improvement. Number 8 is the Walgreens exclusive Baron Zemo figure. I really like this guy. He's awesome. There's really not much bad I could say about him, and I do plan on reviewing him still at some point. I did pick him up back in November-ish when he was on sale for like $15 to $17, and then he dropped on sale to about $7, so it's a little bit unfortunate that I could have got him even cheaper. So if you are thinking about picking up a Zemo and you don't have one in your collection, this is a phenomenal one to get. He does look like the version from Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that cartoon, and I really like that because that cartoon is phenomenal, and having a version of Zemo that looks like that is really cool in the collection. So he's number 8. So, alright. Number 7 on my list for the year is the new retro carded Ghost Rider. Now, I haven't done a review on him, and my head on him is a little loose, and the jaw is very loose as well. It doesn't like to stay closed if I ever did put him closed. But this is a really cool figure. I have, again, with Ghost Rider, I haven't had an updated Ghost Rider in my collection since the old Toy Biz ones. I don't think I ever got any of the Hasbro era ones, so I'm a little bummed about that. So this is really cool to get him. I think this is the Johnny Blaze version, but I don't remember if it was Danny Ketch version, but I did steal the old chain from the I think the original Ghost Rider that they ever released, and I stole it and put it on him over the plastic one because I think it just makes the character look so much better having that metallic metal chain on him. So that's number 7 for me. Number 6 for the year, and this is the only MCU figure to make it onto the list, is the Natalie Portman Mighty Thor Jane Foster. I really like this figure. It's probably my favorite it's by far my favorite MCU figure that they released for the year. And I think she's even better than the comic book one that we got previously. So I don't know if you could try and fudge her into the comic book, like a comic book display taking over for Mighty Thor, but I think she's just a better looking figure overall, and I really like this one. So there you go. That's number 6 for the year. Alright, and number 5 for me is the Deluxe Spider-Man Retro Collection Rhino. This guy is a much needed figure into the collection, as I did not have the Rhino Build-A-Figure. Unfortunately, I missed out on like 3 of the pieces, and he's just so expensive, so I was really one of the ones that this thing benefited the most for getting. I really love this figure. He's awesome. I did a review of him on the channel. There's a couple things I would have preferred to see on him, like a butterfly joint or better legs here, because he does have the Build-A-Figure style legs, I believe. Could have had a double jointed knee, double jointed elbow. So there are improvements this guy could have had. A diaphragm joint. There are a lot toe articulation that he could have had. But overall, for him, like, if you don't have a Rhino in the collection, this one's the one to get. It's the animated series look, which is also like Shocker over here. So if you're missing any of these guys in the collection, they were really good ones to get and pick up. So that was Rhino. He was number 5 for me. Number 4, and this was a hard one. I was really unable to fully pick this one, but is this new, like, it's the, what, is it the Lethal Protector? I don't remember. This is the Venom from the Symbiote 3-pack on Amazon with Riot and Agony. I really like this Venom. He's big, he's bulky, he's menacing, he's got butterflies. I think this is this the Omega Red body? The only thing I would have liked is I would have liked the peg hole, or the peg to be a little bit higher or something like that for the disc hinge, because I just feel like you can't get his head looking up all the way. And one thing I really like about him is the eyes have a like pearly shine. They're not like white, so they're like a pearly white. So they're a little bit different than the symbiote, like the spider symbol. But I really like him. He's awesome. I'm excited to have him in the collection. And yeah, he was number 4 for me. So there we go. He's also big. Like, look how big he is. He stands so much taller than those guys. Alright, so that was number 4. Let's get to number 3. Number 3 is the awesome new like Iron Man animated series 1 or something like that. I think this is the first of the Iron Man animated cards. He's really cool. You get some awesome accessories with him. You could put him in really cool poses with all the different accessories. You get the chest plug-in one, which I don't know if it could actually work with the previous armor like this for Iron Man. You get the giant like ion cannon, and then you get another really cool accessory, this one, which also does plug in over the arc reactor, I believe, as well, maybe. I'm not sure, but I plan on reviewing him. He was a Christmas gift. I'm very excited to have him in the collection, and yeah, he's really cool. So there you go. There's Iron Man. That's number 3. Number 2. This is probably number 1 on a lot of people's lists, and I really like this figure. Don't get me wrong. But is the new Walmart exclusive Doctor Strange. I actually bought 2 of this guy. I don't even remember when I got mine. If it was over the summer, if it was back in like March, April, May. I don't even remember, like, was it last year that I got him? I really don't remember when I got him, but he is such a good figure. He's probably one of the ones on here that is on here more for value than for like the figure's good himself. One big gripe I have is the cape is not removable. If you do want to see a review on him, I did plan one a long time ago when I got him, and I just never got around to it for some reason. So if you want to see a review on him, I could always go back and do like a retro throwback review to like just get him a review for him on the channel. But there you go. That's number 2. And number 1 for my favorite Marvel Legend release of this year, well, release/figure, is the Retro Collection Symbiote SpiderMan. I love this figure. It's on the retro body, which is awesome. I wish it would have been on the Renew Your Vows body. Unfortunately, it was not. This guy also in my top 10 figures of the year. These two are paired together because they are essentially like the same figure. I don't know if there's anything really different. Maybe the torso is slightly bigger on this one than this one. I'm not really sure exactly what the whole differences are, because I think the arms might be a little bit different. Maybe the head's different, I know that much, but yeah, he's also got toe articulation. I wish the symbiote would have been on this body, but overall, I love this figure. It's my favorite one of the year. The last symbiote Spider-Man that I had was the newer, the one from the Kingpin wave, and then before that, it was one from a Spider-Man animated series retro collection one or something like that with like some glider. It was not a very good figure, but that was the only symbiote Spider-Man I had in my collection for years. So finally being able to get this one is awesome. I just kept missing out on all the other ones. Now, another thing you could also note is the Ben Reilly figure is essentially the same figure as this one. It's just painted as Ben Reilly. This is another really good figure. If you prefer this look over the symbiote look, then that could probably make it on the list instead. And another one I do want to kind of say is I really like the first appearance as well. He's another phenomenal figure. But I just can't put either of them over the black suit look, because the black suit look is just so iconic to me. And I love this look, and it's just hard to, like, like I said, put something else over it. But yeah, I really do like it either way, and it's my favorite of the year. So that's my top 10. All these guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below, what are your top 10 Marvel Legends of the year. Like I said, these aren't releases, or these aren't like full-on packs, because like if you're talking about for like value or for like a pack, like the Iron Man is pretty expensive. He's like $45. The Venom set is like 60 or 70, but you get 3 figures in it. And then there was the price hikes this year and everything like that, so some of these were a little bit more expensive than they should have been, like Black Panther over there. He should have been a lot cheaper than what he was for what you got with him as a figure, being just a giant chunk of black plastic. But overall, this is, I think, a pretty good group. Marvel Legends as a whole this year, I didn't really collect as many as I usually do, so it was kind of hard for me to like pick and choose who makes this list and who doesn't. So, but either way though, I really like all these guys here. It's hard to say also with Venom, if the other Venom, which is the movie Venom body, which makes him a little bit bigger at the wings, but the wings are kind of so big and obnoxious, it's hard to put him in a pose or like in the collection somewhere. So overall, I think this is a pretty solid list. Like I said, let me know in the comments below, what is your top 10 Marvel Legends of the year? Is it any of these guys? I'm assuming some of these guys have to be on some of your guys' lists. But yeah, that's mine. If you did enjoy the video, as always, would appreciate a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help me out a lot. Do greatly appreciate it. 2022 was a pretty good year for the channel. I think did I start this? No, I started last year in, I think, June. So we're at almost like 370, almost 400 subscribers on the channel. So that's pretty awesome. Like I said, I didn't expect to get this much. So thank you guys all so much. I do greatly appreciate all of you. Thanks for the support and everything like that, all the comments, likes, and stuff like that in the video. But yeah, I do plan on doing more next year. This is going to be the last video of the year, so it should be coming out on the 29th or the 30th, probably the 29th. And then I'll be doing some reviews next year in January, as well as some, I'll be doing a not retro, but like a retrospective look at all of the Spartan collection that came out throughout the year. So if you're interested in that, do always check it out on the channel, and expect a lot of reviews for some of the things in this video to come out if they haven't already. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys had a good and Merry Christmas, and hopefully you guys have a very good and happy New Year. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys, take care.